Hey, Uncle. I don't know if you saw my comment on your comment yet, but I've got to thank you, my friend. It has been a hellacious afternoon here. I have not had a good time at all. And you commenting on somebody else's comment that all the technical issues are just part of the fun. Yeah. If you're going to watch Dan Nelson, you just have to consider the technical issue. Anyway, thank you. As you can tell, I'm still laughing. Thank you very much. That was a great. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I won't regale you with all. Hello, Jerry. With all my sad issues here. But they have been sad. I'm still going to try to monitor. Okay, so just for what it's worth, this is Daily Art Adventure number 585, take 2. We don't see that very often. Usually it's just take 1. This is take 2, and we'll see. We'll see whether I will erase when I'll get on my computer and erase take 1 later on. And I think, oh yeah, I am broadcasting on Facebook. Okay, you Facebook friends, thank you for joining me. You guys are the experiment here. All right, I think I got a monitor coming up here just a second, so that I can see what you're seeing. Facebook friends, would you tell me, well, are you hearing sound? Are you getting sound? All right. I hope Facebook has sound. So in between wrestling and fighting with come on. With technical issues, I did a little bit of painting. So basically, I made this girl, my granddaughter's lakes, this eye smaller, and I moved it to the right. And now the question is, have I moved it far enough? Have I made it the right size? And I'm not sure, but well, somebody says, hello, Dan, looks amazing. And it says that I said that to myself, which is not true. I did not say that to myself. Anyway. Right. Let's just do a little bit of painting then. This portrait has been bothering me for, I don't know, 8 or 9 months since I did it very quickly. Again, I think 8 or 9 months ago. And I didn't do a great job. And it's been hanging in the kids' hello, Barbara. It's been hanging in the kids' bedroom and bothering me every time I walk by. All right, let me show you some of my tools that I'm using to try to get this thing correct. And again, I hope you people on Facebook can hear me. I still do not have a monitor on my laptop over here. I thought I had that figured out, and clearly I do not. So, wait. Oh. It showed up for a second there. Here's a tool that I invented a while ago for my wedding painting. It turns out I haven't used it very much, but I've been using it today some. Oh, no sound on Facebook. Doggone it. Okay, now we'll see if that makes it any better. See if we have sound on Facebook now. Okay, tell you what, I've just stepped away from turned off my music. I'm bringing on my own Facebook page on my real computer. So here's this device, very simple. It's just a piece of 3/8 inch plexiglass cut out. And very carefully on one side I scratched lines into it. And then the central line I dragged a red pin across it so that it stands out. I don't know if you can even see, you can barely see the line. They're very, very, very fine lines. And that is, of course, on purpose. And all this tool does is help with alignment. That's all. You can either hold this at a perfectly, 90-degree angle, or you can line it up with the face, which right now I'm going to line it up with the face, the eyes, I should say. And that looks pretty close. Now, let me just keep painting. I'm not completely happy. She's definitely better than she was just a little while ago. But the problem I have now is I have made this eye just a tiny bit too large. It was too large, and now it's just a little bit too large. So let's try to fix that really quickly. I have become, this is funny, that I've become a better artist since I did this portrait 8 or 10 months ago, whenever it was. I know that sounds crazy. But it's true. I've been just absorbing a lot. I haven't done a lot of portraiture in the last 10 months, but I've had a heightened sense of awareness of what is taking place in good portraiture. And I've discerned what is not so good about my portraits, including this one. So that is what I hope to make some progress here to reflect the progress I think I've made in the last 6 or 8 months. I'll mention some of those progresses to you. One is, I thought I had learned this lesson, but evidently I didn't, because I made the mistake here again on this painting again. And that is exaggerated contrast, especially the dark values. Now, I don't know how well you can see that, but for instance, the crease under this eye is entirely too black. I'm sure I know there's not black paint in it, but it looks as though it's black. So what I'm doing right now is just lightening, making that little crease lighter. Now here's a portrait tip for any of you who are trying to get into portraiture, you do not paint creases in the face. Like that dark line is a crease, right? And you just saw me make, with fairly dark paint on my brush, draw the line. And in so doing, I am not finished. You paint creases by painting the light colored skin on both sides of the crease. Did you follow that? Let me say that again. You paint cracks or creases in the skin, folds in the skin, not by painting the darkness of the fold. You do that first. That's only your preliminary mark. And then you follow through, as I'm doing now, by painting the light colored skin up against the dark fold. Even so, my dark fold is still too intense, so I'm trying to fix that now. I think one of the main things that I've improved and learned about portraiture in the last 6 to 8 months has been, I've noticed, and therefore I think I've developed a more careful eye for discerning subtle value shifts in the skin tone. And while I'm on the subject, do we still have no sound on YouTube? I'm sorry, on Facebook. I'm afraid that is the case. I have a laptop. I bought a laptop about 1.5 years ago, and so help me, this thing is it's a I don't mind saying bad things about it. It's a Lenovo, and it's possible that I bought a cheap computer. It was cheap, but it's possible that it's biting me in the butt. I'll tell you, I can describe it easily. I'm afraid that this computer is designed for 13-year-old teenagers to play games on. Everything about it is I don't know, it's game-ish, adolescent. Now, it may be that I'm just lousy at using computers, and that is very possible. But it literally has made me tear my hair out. You wondered how I went bald. Now you know. All right. I'm getting nowhere in my struggle to get Facebook up and broadcasting, and I am so sorry about that. So I'm just going to keep going. This is a dreadful broadcast, isn't it? Let's get back to just trying to make corrections on this eye. So one of the chief mistakes that I have made over the years, and I think I've been alerted to and I've become more sensitive to, is over contrasting. Light's too light and dark's too dark. Instead of mid-tone. So when you're painting a face, one way to put that perhaps could be on a 10-degree grayscale, you lop off 2 or 3, that's probably an exaggeration, but you lop off the extremes. A portrait is almost all somewhere between a 2 and a 7 or 2 and an 8. And again, I think I'm exaggerating. I think I'm overstating the case just to make the point. Okay, so if I say that, then I feel comfortable with what I'm saying. I'm exaggerating to make the point that and this is what I need to hear myself say. I'm not preaching at you guys. I'm preaching to myself. Evidently, I don't know how people, I don't know how to get my own Facebook to play on my computer. So sadly, I'll have to work that out later. And there's no way, there's no point in me, all right, there's no point in me talking to the camera because you guys can't hear what I'm saying. So, all right, let's just paint. So, there are about 100 videos about sound issues on Facebook. Well, maybe that's good to know. Maybe I'm not quite as stupid as a stump as I feel right now. I will try to work it out. All right, in the meantime, for those of you who can hear me, I have a weird little announcement to make. I am, in light of the coronavirus and everything, I'm offering to do, this is a coronavirus special. I will do a portrait of you, hopefully better than this one, but at least this good, for $350. You have to send me a decent photograph. And alas, many people don't know what a decent photograph is. So no flash. And again, many people don't even know what that means and why that means. And they could look at a photograph. So forgive me if you don't know what a flash photograph is and what a non-photo, anyway, that we'll just have to muddle through, okay? If you send me a bad photograph, I'll send you an email back. But anyway, if you'd like me to do, so we can do this without sharing germs with each other. You send me a photograph, I'll spend a good day rendering your photograph, and when you approve it, I'll ship it to you for $350, which is outrageously cheap. I'm doing this because I need the money, and we've got to do something during this strange season of our lives. So there you go. I will post everything that I'm saying. I'll write it out clearly and carefully. Hopefully this evening when I finish broadcasting. Let me show you another little tip. Now, I learned this from Mark Carter, and I'm zoomed in all the way, so I can't zoom you in any further. This is a print, as you can see, printed off my inkjet printer, nothing fancy, except that I did several prints till I got one that was an acceptable color. Okay, so that's important. This is an acceptable color. And then I laminated it. Now, if you don't own a laminator, you can go to your local closest office supply store. I bought a laminator about 2 years ago, and it's one of the better little investments that I've made in my office supplies. I use the thing all the time. Anyway, so laminated it, and here's the trick. Let's say I'm trying to match the color of the inside of her, underneath her eyebrow here. And it's laminated. So I can just take my brush and go like that. If I can see my stroke, then it's not the right color. Then my paint is not the right color. In this case, it was a little bit too light. So I'm adding a couple different, whoops. And I just way overshot the mark. This is one of those moments when I should have a camera on my palette so you can see what I'm doing. All right, let's try it again. Oh, now it's too dark. All right. You get the idea though, right? It's just simple, logical. Let me talk to you, what's the word? Bluntly. I'll say bluntly, like like a good teacher here for a minute. I see, in the course of my doing critiques and judging shows and so on and so on and so forth, I see a lot of attempts there. Now, I can barely see that, so I'm going to make it a tiny bit darker. It'll be perfect. All right. I see a lot of attempts at portraiture. And if the people whose portraits I see would simply employ this one trick, their portraits could improve, what shall I say, markedly. It's just a matter of being fussy enough, about caring enough. But it's such an easy, what I'm doing, the color, I'm talking here about this Mark Carter's trick for matching color. Print out your photograph. You have to get a good print. That makes sense. And then laminate it. That's not very difficult at all. And then you can do this trick. So again, I mean, forgive me, I'm a little bit mystified, not by anybody watching me right now, but I have shared this trick with one of my local art groups, with the people in that group who are trying portraiture, and some of them have yet to do it, and I'm a little bit mystified. Do you have something to say to me?
Time to eat.
Oh, time to eat. Okay, good. So there we go. So don't do that. If somebody, Mark Carter or anybody else, gives you a really good idea, don't blow it off, please. Do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Now, unless you're just having fun, and that's all right, all right, all right. There's always room for just painting and planning to do a bad job. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? But this is such a great little trick. So that all I'm doing right now is just exactly what I've just told you. The Mark Carter color matching trick. And such a simple little thing. Now I'm looking for yep, just about perfect. And the light that hits right above her eyebrow, where her forehead comes out a tiny bit, a little bit of flesh, right above her eyebrow there. So it's catching the light there. That's much better. So I've got a lot of this kind of work to do on this painting. Again, it's the kind of thing that I would have thought that I could have been good enough to do this a year ago. Giving myself some credit, I was in a hurry. I knocked this painting out quite quickly. But not so quickly that I couldn't have done a better job. So, planning to do a better job. All right, I am going downstairs to supper. I've been called. And I'm going to try to work out my Facebook sound issues when I get back. But I'll end this broadcast right here. And I'll also put up a notice everywhere that I can think of about my coronavirus portrait special. Okay, $350 to do a real portrait of you guys. Per face, of course, per person. I won't do a family of 5 for $350. Goes without. All right, love you. Bye.